Oke guys, sekarang kita sudah ke match yang berikutnya antara AP BREN melawan Aura. Semoga ya guys ya. Tadi Aura udah, tadi Bigetron udah ngalahin AP BREN. Semoga Aura juga bisa. Semangat Aura.
How Flap TZ is going to play, or how Aura Fire is going to deal with Flap TZ during the laning phase. Because when he hits like what, level 3 or level 4 especially, he can start going backline, he can start going into the base, and we have seen that multiple times. He can cut 2 waves at the same time in a certain position, and that allows him to scale even further.
Aduh.
Yeah, Kimura, he might go down to flicker
Oh.
forward and knock him down.
Oh, dua.
No way
Nice.
like that.
Kelas gitu. Kimuranya.
I mean, Kimura,
Oh, Terizla tuh, wah.
Grace might heal. His passive damage reduction and low health. That is unfortunate for AP BREN.
That was insane from Kimura. Unfortunate for AP BREN, but that was insane for Kimura. Like, he really trusted his teammates to come up here, and he has measured the amount of damage that he can take all at once.
By the way, they blew 2 flickers just to kill him, and they could not. Kautizi in the meantime, he's level 4, trying to run after the high, does have the ultimate to work with. High to the wall. Kautizi just could not get the finisher.
Tidak.
Sin shows up.
Masih selamat ya guys ya kajanya.
Great start, and this does give a bit of problem to Flap TZ, right? He's 1 level behind. Kimura's gonna have the items to deal with, and now he can really start pushing back on the terrain.
Okay, so now with Kimura having a bit of an advantage, we can see him using his first blood advantage to push back Flap TZ. Now, Flap TZ is being pushed back. Not only that, Kimura has backed up from Van, who has joined him at the top. So they really want to lock down the Uranus, not letting him play the top lane like his playground.
Yeah, you can see they're just gonna do it in tandem, right? Both, both Van and Kimura working together. Van's gonna start on the turtle just a little bit. AP BREN will see this happening, but not that easy to get close to Brad. Not when Kimura is around. Forcing the flicker for few already. He's gonna go for the recall. Turtle is pretty much gonna be going to Aura Fire, no contest.
Oh yeah, great start here. They not only got the 2 kills with the first blood, they also got the first turtle as well. So far so good. But keep your eye on the top. We see a little skirmish. They try to steal away the purple buff, and yes, they did. Van, they would want to secure it again. Another mini win for Aura Fire.
Yeah, and the fact, the fact of the matter is, Kautini is not even there contesting. He was at the bottom lane trying to fight for a gold crab. So this purple buff, unfortunately, is just not going to, be in his favor. Aura Fire actually, having a minor advantage over this game. 1.7k for lead. It's going to keep on increasing. 2,000 in just a little bit. Good news is that AP BREN, they're able to stave off the snowball, right? Aura Fire cannot convert the lead so far.
But you know what? The one thing that we learned from AP BREN's first game today is that it doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you end, or matters how you finish. So yes, nice lead here for Aura Fire, but they need to keep out the momentum to the end, because anything can happen for what we learned.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have already witnessed some crazy series today, right? This is probably the best way to end it all. Allwood, be careful. Van's gonna chase after him and force him out of the jungle. What AP BREN has been playing is that they play towards Super Marco a lot, right? You want to make sure that this Beatrix has a good time. And so far, it hasn't been looking good, because you're not supposed to be... Kabuki isn't supposed to have so much freedom. This matchup is Beatrix's favorite, and yet Kabuki is ahead.
Okay. Flap TZ now doing what Uranus does, cutting the back wave, and he's just doing... Okay, now that he has gained like a good amount of levels, probably good amount of items from the cut of the wave, so he's joining on to the team fights now. But they need to regain back their jungle, because it's been invaded by Aura Fire from the start.
Looking for the purple buff again, but TZ doing his best. Crazy strat even used by Ben. The purple buff actually goes over to Field, who steals him
bisa
the
begitu guys ya?
Now Ben is trying to disengage. Kimura caught out. Flicker to safety. Flicker from Oakwood with a Minor raid, and instantly uses the better attack. All 3 of them. AP BREN still finds the kill onto Kimura, and Ben is gonna be next. Has no combo points to use, and ultimately he's gonna be
mati tuh. Aduh, Joy-nya nggak mati.
Damage to finish him off, and AP BREN walks away with 2 kills. Still
Ayo dong. Aduh, kena gaplok.
By Ogwen, there will be 2 for AP BREN.
Oh, the Tara was actually targeting onto Kartizi, but somehow he managed to get away from that last shot just by the last tick of health. And with that, they managed to even up the numbers. At this moment, AP BREN have a little bit of a leeway in terms of goal against our fire.
And you know, probably the best case scenario, right? You even up the scoreline, you even up the net worth of both teams, kind of making up for a slightly unlikely early game. And of course, for everyone watching, we do want to get your feedback with us as
Bisa
well.
nih.
Just like
Ayo dong.
how
Aduh, masih ada.
Divine Judgment that is not gonna finish off Super Marco, unfortunately. But yes, do share your feedback with us using the link down below, bit.ly/sbsmlbb-en. Let us know what you like or what we can improve on so that you will continue to enjoy our broadcast for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Enjoy, just like what literally Joy is doing right now. Just being a nuisance towards Van, who invaded their jungle. And now Sin as well as Kimura is here to back him up.
There we go, pick up forward, Ogwen with
Aduh.
knock-up, and couldn't get the ultimate off. He's gonna go down to Flap TZ, Kimura with the penalty zone, getting onto 3 of them, locking them into place, but he's the one trapped with them, and once more Kimura somehow escaped with a sliver of health.
Awas di... Aduh, kenapa di situ recallnya, nak? Awas mati nih Kimura. Aduh.
Super Marco getting the snipe with Kimura won't get him off. So once more, AP BREN finding 2 kills.
Okay, but there's no done yet though. Kartizi going all the way to the back. Kimura needs to flicker away to safety, but Kartizi, he's not done yet though. Okay, Van is in between Owen as well as Kartizi, but they decided to disengage.
Just AP BREN slowly winning these skirmishes. It just, Owen is creating so much opportunities for his team just on his Minotaur. Meanwhile, on the other end, Kabuki free farming. You can say the same for Super Marco as well. Both the marksmen finding space for themselves as AP BREN. They're going to start working on this 3rd turtle, and there's no contest from Aura Fire.
Yeah, so now AP BREN has the lead. This turtle secured. Let's calculate the
Jeleknya.
numbers.
Bisa lebih jelek nggak ini?
Ahead of Aura Fire.
Aduh,
Just
ya
like that,
ampun.
and just find
Ya udahlah,
the kill,
pokoknya yang kelihatan yang merah kan yang harus kita dukung.
They needed 3 onto him, but can he get the kill onto Platini?
Udah dari tadi nggak ada masalah internet, kenapa sekarang tiba-tiba sangat jelek, guys? 240 dong, mau ngapain gue ngeliat 240. Apa lagi nih? Udah lewat kah? Ya sudah lah ya.
Oh yeah. Because TZ is having a few players running in the back line of Aura Fire who are trying to defend this tier 1 mid as best as they can, and so far they will be able to hold the structure, but at the same time, if you're clumping up as 5 so early on, you are essentially giving space up on the rest of the back.
Alright, speaking of space, now Flapeasy moving down to the bottom lane, trying to find space and opening up the map for his teammates, but nobody's gonna have a care for Flapeasy for now. It's just not gonna be worth it because they don't have the damage or the type of heroes to be able to take him down.
And you kind of also want High to be kidnapping people with Divine Judgment, right? So you can kind of get these pickups. Easier said than done though. It feels like Aura Fire, they just do not have the means. Like sure, every time High drags someone back, the Angela's gonna use that ultimate, and suddenly all that effort will be for nothing. And does get the taunt though, massive damage from Kabuki on the field, but unfortunately not enough.
Kabukinya sebenarnya udah cukup sakit sih. Aduh.
But Flapeasy is there, and there's nothing they can do about Flapeasy now.
Yeah, he's just gonna put his body in front. It's harass Aura Fire as slowly, little by little. And the best part about AP BREN right now is that you can send Field to a side lane, which is where he's at now. He's gonna push out the side lane, and whenever he needs to join the fight, he's just gonna pop an ultimate and show up, right? Just attach himself to a teammate that needs him the most. So while Aura Fire is jostling for control over the Lord Pit, you are going to have a side wave that's getting slowly shoved out by the Angela. This Lord Dance quite a while.
You see a tangle here between the two, but now the Lord is down to 50% of health. Still a long way to go though, because we don't see the big damage coming out just yet, and everyone
Mau nyuri sih ini,
is
Tah.
not
Mau
ready
nyuri
to
nih.
to the Lord
Bentar, bentar.
100% because
Nah.
we know that the Snag will
Super
come in.
Marco.
There it is,
Super
there's the
Marco.
goal. It's gonna be
Bunuh.
Q2 as well.
Bunuh.
High kick for Smash, and
Nice.
they grab Ogwen.
Kabuki.
Perfectly
Kabuki Dondai.
trap Aura Fire
Aduh.
by 2 kills for themselves and the Lord. Kimura pushes Latizi away as well. Few joining in just a bit
Kayak
too
mana?
late.
Tapi 2 sih yang
And the
mati, ya
fact that
udahlah.
Super Marco got caught out
Siapa
was
jadi yang
what
dapat
Aura
Lord?
Fire needed.
Lord
Yeah,
atau
Aura Fire needed that.
Turtle.
Aura Fire needed
Ya ampun,
that
gue
Lord
fokus
because
banget
he
tadi
don't want to
ngeliat
get
Kabuki
big.
bunuh
But
Super
overall,
Marco sampai gak lihat yang lain.
still stands tall, and not only that, he managed to get a couple of kills in the process. So he's not only a big chunk of wall, but he's also able to be a brick that can be thrown onto the opponent and take them down.
Aura Fire, they do have a silver lining with just the Lord. So AP BREN will have to defend against that. So oddly, it's definitely a slightly slower game, right? Slightly odd. AP BREN, I do not believe I had seen them run this Angela Joy before. I think they definitely are, learning a little bit from what Benetron Alpha has brought to the table. But so far, both teams are kind of at a stalemate.
Yeah, playing a very disciplined game. Yes, they do have a Joy that has a lot of mobility, but Joy does not necessarily give you that instant burst damage.
Tengah
upfront.
dong.
So it's not like they can go for
Biar lumayan
pickups
gitu
that
2.
easy. And plus they need to be careful
Aduh,
of
duh.
Kaja on the other side as well.
Nice bawah
And
2.
Tier 2 has already been taken down thanks to the Lord. And now this highest Divine Justice becomes slightly more deadly. AP BREN will need to show a lot more respect to this Kaja.
Wah.
down the road.
Damage-nya damage
Okay, they're just
leaderboardnya
pulling them back,
Kimura
pulling
loh,
them back right
Karisu.
now, okay?
Kaget.
Bringing them to somewhere that they can start a fight. Flap easy,
Gua
not
pukul
front
dia.
high. Who will be the first target, but
Ayo
high
dong.
is the target that they want.
Flapnya.
Goal picker for Oakland, but the
Aduh.
air strike used already. Unfortunately, Flappy
Ai,
is still alive.
nice.
Defended his own big knockup
Awas,
from
sin.
Oakland.
Aduh.
Super Marco
Jangan mati,
able to
Van.
touch Kimura and
Balik,
gets
Van.
run down by
Wih.
Calcizi.
Nice.
As much as possible.
Oke,
Big,
nggak apa-apa.
big appraisal scrap
3
for a
mati,
kill.
Cok.
But it's still a
Nggak jadi
big
nggak
no
apa-apa.
top. And meanwhile, Kabuki in danger. Calcizi almost grabs him down. 2-for-3 trade in favor
Aku kira tadi
of
cuma 2 yang
AP BREN.
mati, jadi 2-2 gitu.
That was a
3 ternyata.
nice side step there by Kabuki. But after all that, the first pirate is still up, but it will go down
Hah?
really easy. There's nothing that I can do
Hilang
about it.
base turret.
Kabuki joins in.
Middle.
I cannot catch anyone because he does not have the divine judgment used after, and plus he doesn't have the flicker as well. 95 seconds more to go. It's going to take a while.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, look at this replay, right? This fight, Latizi doing so much nuisance, and Open instantly just engages. All the while, the Aura Fire was not able to get to Super Marco, and he just shreds the health bars of Aura Fire.
Yeah, and look at Van. He's tanking this like a champ. It took Super Marco, the one with the highest damage dealing hero on the side of AP BREN, to take it out finally, but that is after suffering like 3 casualties at least.
Aura Fire once more calling dips on the Lord. That is what has been keeping them in the game. Is being able to get Lord and get the side lane precious, but I do not feel like it will be as easy as the previous one.
This time it's definitely going to be harder now that both teams are starting to stack up in terms of their items and level as well. But BREN, they are playing the disciplined game. They're starting to fight now on.
Sebenarnya Uranusnya nggak terlalu tebal ya, cuma naiknya cepet aja. Kimura. Kenapa kamu ter-take down, nak? Kenapa yang dapat Uranus, guys? Aduh. Kemungkinan sih game ini harus di... Tapi nggak tahu juga sih ya, kecuali kalau tiba-tiba bisa. Jangan bingung ya guys, kenapa banyak nyemil dan makan. Lagi mah cuma bisa makan sedikit-sedikit.
The empowered Lord, so AP BREN, they might be able to crack open second inhibitor turret.
Yeah.
Waduh, habis turretnya guys.
RFI is busy.
Hampir.
Aura Fire, how do you defend this? The Lord charge again,
Load
inhibitor
dulu
down
lah.
to half health. They might need to use a better airstrike. Hogwarts continuously healing up his team. The rest of Aura Fire desperately try to hold on the structure.
Aduh, habis lah itu turret mereka.
2 inhibitors down in one fell swoop.
Like what you mentioned, like what you predicted, looks like the inhibitor turret is down. Now, the focus for Fred is going to be on top. The minions are there, and they still have Flap DZ at the front.
Kentang doang.
Kimura
Mesh.
just solo defending by putting his body in front. They will be able to hold his structure.
Ini kalau bisa dibalikin gila sih Aura.
Keep it alive. But look at AP BREN 7, almost 7.3
Karena kayak
go advantage, 7.5
udah
now.
kuat gitu.
Next score in less than 90 seconds.
Yeah, and items-wise, pretty much almost done. We have the immortality onto Ogre, meaning that he can open up fights as well. But he does not need to expect the immortality. It can be a follow-up, especially if you have a chunky Flap DZ here in your team. But for him to open up fights as well, he needs Aura of Fire to be able to get there. Aura of Fire, they're smart enough to know that the Minoan Fury will be waiting for them if they all gather up for like.
Aduh, hai. Kok bisa-bisanya, hai?
Run down. Nothing that he could do in this situation, and now the electrifying beast is get used
Udah.
Kimura with the penalty zone instantly.
Sin, ayo dong. Loh, kok kamu cuma diem sih? Gimana sih? Gak ada ulti kah?
As Kautizi dances on the dead bodies, the
Loh.
Pookie couldn't do enough.
Ya elah.
Maybe Brad finds 3 kills.
Again, Flap DZ into the base, just showing himself.
Aduh.
And now showing dominance
Kenapa
over
sih?
Aura of Fire. I mean, Aura of Fire, there's nothing they can do about Flap DZ. He will be in the front, okay? No minions, that's fine. He can still tank out.
Oh.
And now they're trying to counter back.
Wih, Kabuki.
Doing
Gocek,
his absolute
gocek.
best to keep this intact. High will be back. Does have to flicker and divine judgment.
Ayo tower, sembuhkan dirimu. Aduh, cancel.
Can they do enough damage to defend the base? And they can. No kills for
Padahal ini mereka semua lagi nggak ada flicker
Back
tahu.
for now.
Ya kecuali Uranus sekarang, cuman
Already up, so for AP Brand, it's like, yeah, it's okay.
tadi kalau ketangkep.
That's fine, but you won't have enough time to come and take the Lord away. You can see the movement here coming in from Van, but there's not much you can do, especially with Flap DZ at the front being the bodyguard.
Yeah, a very hopeless situation for Aura Fire right now. I mean, how do they come back from this?
I guess they need to deal with Super Marco, which is way behind. But the problem is, how are they going to get to Super Marco? Okay, who has the mobility to go onto the backline? If you kind of think about it, none of them from Aura Fire. They don't have like a Lancelot or that kind of like assassin who can go in behind. They're probably the best bet is for High to be able to catch Super Marco, but even so, the distance will be too far for him.
Many things. I mean, I guess if they hit to the late game, you have your fair share of damage, right? You have Fasa and Claude, but I honestly do not think that they are going to get to that point at this rate. One last push, the third Lord charging down the middle lane. Aura Fire needs to do with it as best as they can. You can see Kabuki just churning all of his damage to the objective. AP BREN continues to slowly poke and prod at them.
Kabuki, hati-hati.
Absolutely fearless. The Lord will drop. But Aura Fire, they gotta do something.
Kelas sih, masih bisa nahan.
Run circles around them.
Yeah, and they gotta be careful about gathering up as well because the Minoan Fury is active. Well, they can somewhat counter with a penalty zone, but that is also with the condition that Kimura is not caught in the fight.
Sakit loh itu. Lihat lah. Tapi dia nggak punya heal aja gitu jadinya. Dan ada Angel lah jadinya.
I guess we're gonna be waiting for the 4th Lord to possibly end this. 80 seconds until that happens.
Yeah, and we have more than 50k goal for these two teams. So in general, these teams would have completed their items. So items or goal lead will not be a big issue for now. It's all about who can make that right execution or who will make that first mistake. Will be punished because we're heading into the 20-minute mark game. Potentially, which team gets wiped out can be finished off in just one push.
Absolutely. Death timers are starting to get unbearably long. Aura Fire are taking control on the bottom side. Let's make sure that Lord spawns. They will have some sort of presence, but they're just still know what to do with Lapteezy, right? The best candidate is gonna be Kabuki. As he hits that late game, he's starting to do massive damage, but even then, getting to AP BREN is a tough task on its own.
Yeah, getting to the back line. Super Marco, how are they going to reach him? At this point, 513 KDA, Lapteezy will be the front line to get him over. They got two front liners if we think about it. Of course, Lapteezy will be the main one, follow up by Ogwen because he can still follow up in team fights with the Minon Fury. But if you look at AP BREN, they can deal with the backline. They have Karteezy, they have the Joy who can just run onto the backline. So they have that versatility, that option to deal with Aura Fire in the fight.
Oh yeah, both Lord spawn already. Van does see this happening. But he needs his team with him, right? Kabuki will have to be the difference maker. Kabuki and Sin. Somehow get to the backline. If they can catch Super Marco, it's gonna be not a win, but they will save the game and put it back where it belongs, neutral state.
Oh man. Okay, Van just poking. I hope he's not doing favors for BREN. Just winding out the life of the Lord, and then BREN just finishing it off. It will be heartbreaking because he's doing a lot of work now. Lapteezy still at the mid, just taking care of Kimura, but that will be the main target. At some point, once they see that the Lord is low enough, they will go in on Van.
Kabuki could be in the brush as well.
Kaja.
Chuck it down a bit more.
Dapat dong.
Taking massive damage.
Aduh, gak dapet. Kimuranya malah di belakang. Dapat dong, please. Aduh, apaan sih, Cok? Oh, ayolah. Cok, matiin. Mati. Satu lagi, please. Biar nggak ada defense lah minimal. Aduh, ya najis banget lah itu. Apaan sih Uranusnya, Cok? Apaan? Kok mau main dia? Tadi sih nggak. Tapi mereka nggak ada purify kan? Kenapa nggak cancel ya? Atau nggak kena? Jadi dia mau ngambil siapa lagi? Aku nggak tahu.
All three lanes are getting shoved in. The Lord down mid. They will have to do with that first. Kabuki shooting as much damage as possible.
Aduh, buk balik. Udah aja. Itu flat. Oke. Tunggu. Nice. Kenapa malah Hai-nya yang mati? Ih. Flap. Iya. Gak mati sih Uranus ini. Udah tadi kesel banget coba ngeliatnya. Masih ketahan. Gila Aura. Gila. Untungnya ulti Parsia ini cepet ya. Ya lumayan lah buat ngedefend. Aduh, coba ada yang bisa kecuri. Siapa kek? Awas Kabuki. Aduh, Sinnya mati di situ dong. Bentar. Gila, Vannya masih selamat dong. Wah. Dari tadi Kabuki nggak bunuh. Maksudnya ya dalam team fight gitu.
Kabuki cannot continue on firing because he needs to defend his base. Oh man, this is hard for Kabuki. He wants to get the kills but he can't because the base isn't being invaded by minions.
Gila, udah sampai kan numpuk minionnya.
Look at Sin, right? This guy just dies in front of his fountain thanks to the lump waves from Few. So unfortunate. And probably could have went for more chase if this Farsa was still in the game, but she will respawn just in time for the Lord to respawn as well. The 5th Lord of this game. Surely if AP BREN gets it, there's no way Aura Fire will be able to defend against it.
They have to make a choice now. If they want to go in for the Lord, they need to be careful of the wave. So this is where it's a very difficult choice for Aura of Fire. What are they going to do now? But they cannot lose the Lord. If not, they risk losing the game as well. But Kamura now is in trouble. Suppresses himself. Kabuki from the side lane, but
Waduh.
he chased away.
Not enough, even with the Trunken.
Ayo dong.
Drag onto Awkward, but Kabuki needs to go
Dia
massive
sakit
away from West, not
banget
doing
Beatrixnya.
enough. And Kaldizi just finds the opening and electrocutes him. Super Marco with the flicker gets the third, and this game has finally concluded. There's nothing left in the tank for Aura Fire. Sin wasn't even in the fight because the base was under danger.
Kayaknya sih
And High, what can you
curiga.
do against the full force of AP Brand?
nggak tahu sih ya masih bisa natong gitu, tapi aduh cuman ini sama ini
Everyone is
udah
dead,
terlalu
almost
tebel
a minute.
semuanya masalahnya. Lihatlah high-nya.
Last artillery strike from
Aduh,
Sin.
udah end.
Nothing can be achieved. And AP Brand looking to close this out. Sin dies to Super
Weh,
Marco. And
langsung
game
lanjut ke
one
game
in
kedua
hand
lah ya.
AP Brand.
Nggak peduli kalau mereka yang menang.
Defense
Bye.